My guest right now, Jessica Billings, Miss Pennsylvania USA 2013. At the age of 14, she became the state's youngest voting human rights commissioner. She now is the reigning Miss Pennsylvania. She also, as part of her story, grew up and has a brother with autism, which we're going to talk about that too. It's a passion of hers to share the story and to share what people can do in order to understand what she has had to learn and understand. As a matter of fact, she's even done work in this arena helping other siblings with autistic brothers and sisters learn how to be the best sibling possible. Jessica, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, I've been looking to talk to you. Girl, you are so diverse, it blows my mind.
Oh, well, thank you.
You are. I mean, all of this stuff. At 14, you became the state's youngest voting rights, human rights commissioner. How did that happen? What was that about? That's a young age to have that kind of position, isn't it?
It was very young. I actually they had an essay contest and had the opportunity to write an essay about human rights. And through my research and just kind of starting to write, it was the first time that I had ever shared the story of growing up with my brother, who is severely autistic, and it ended up winning the essay contest. And after that, they invited me to take a seat on the board, and it was very, very cool because I had the opportunity to go to different multicultural events. I had the opportunity to be a youth voice on the council, and I think that's so important because it really is at a young age where we can change minds. Oftentimes by the time people are adults, they already have a formulated opinion, but this is really where we can make a difference. Mm.
Are you an overachiever?
A little type A. My class is color coordinated by colors, so yes.
Okay, now listen, I'm going to fast forward for a second, and then we're going to come back. But so, where is it that your life is going? Like, what is it that you want to do when you look out at the big picture and say, "I'm working towards this. I'm an overachiever. I've got all of this gift, this talent, this energy." Where does Jessica Billings want to be?
I always really just want to be happy, and my career goal is I would love to, right now I'm currently working as a flight attendant, and I would love to host my own travel show. Travel's been something that really changed my life, and I would love to have the opportunity to bring other people who might not have the opportunity to travel with me, to exotic locations. And I think travel is such a great way to learn about yourself and different cultures, and I just want to give people that opportunity. And also, my work with autism, I do want to continue to expand that and continue to be an advocate, and hopefully in the future, even on a global level. I think autism is something it's very near and dear to my heart, and I always plan to continue to work for that.
Well, it doesn't surprise me that you know where you're going.
Hey, you never know. You never know what's coming your way, though. Life's funny that way.
It absolutely is. But the fact that you have your ideas set, is absolutely doesn't surprise me. It's a blessing. Good for you. Okay, I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and I want you to think. Imagine you're back on stage, and you've got a short period of time to answer these questions. Number one, the greatest blessing that's come from being Miss Pennsylvania USA 2013 is what?
Having a louder voice that has enabled me to really spread my message about autism awareness, and also just meeting so many people, and just really having the opportunity to be the girl that I've always looked up to. I think is just it's surreal, and I feel so honored to have that opportunity to be that role model for other little girls.
Did you start off? Did you do children pageants?
Okay, I'm going to admit this. I did do children pageants, but I did not do the toddlers and tiaras, makeup, on 5-year-olds. I actually did the little local city pageant, and I just wanted to ride in a parade. I was, infatuated with all the little all the princesses with their crowns. So I ended up winning that one, and I did continue to compete for a while. And I always did pageants that really had a strong sense of community involvement and academic achievement. It was just, I didn't do them on a weekly basis or anything. I mean, once a year or something. It was something I always looked forward to. But I I've been on stage. I love being on stage and talking. I am known for talking, so I've been around for a while.
Now, do you have pictures of yourself as a toddler in these little pageants? Do you still have pictures of those?
I do. With the little crown on and everything, and singing at the senior citizens home. So.
Oh, that's adorable, Jessica.
Is that music?
Yes, I'm going to ask you to hang right there. We're going to a quick break. I don't need you to do karaoke right yet, but we're going to go to a quick break. We'll have you come right back. Jessica Billings, Miss Pennsylvania USA 2013 is my guest. More information on David Essel Live and Jessica Billings at talkdavid.com. I'm David Essel. Stay there. So what was the biggest surprise? Being in the last number of months, in the last year, once you were crowned Miss Pennsylvania, what's the biggest surprise that's happened?
Oh, goodness. Well, I guess there's always surprises. The other day I went to a sponsor, and I was getting my eyebrows done, and they filmed the whole thing. So I was trying to, that was this week. I was a little surprised they were filming. I was laughing, but, there's always little things. You never know.
Yeah.
So
I was just going to say, would you ever do a reality TV show?
I probably would. I don't really have much to hide or anything about my life, so I definitely would consider it. Yeah. I don't know.
Jessica, you know what? One. They would create tons of drama and chaos for you, honey.
I know. Isn't that the truth? That's what they always say. They're just, the producers ask you questions and then they edit it. So they can...
That's right. That's right.
I'm on them.
So you're gonna be. Hey, who do you fly? Because if I'm ever in the air flying with you, I am going to give you a hard time. I'm going to get on the intercom, and I'm going to go, ladies and gentlemen. Does everyone know that we are flying with Miss Pennsylvania 2013?
Oh my goodness! Well, I fly really low key. I do fly for Delta, so you can keep an eye out for me in the skies. You never know.
Absolutely. Oh my God! And that's who I fly all the time.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, you know what? Oh yeah, no. I as a matter of fact, Delta is about the only airlines I fly, and so all right, Jessica, look out, honey. You may never know when David Essel could be in your section.
I'll keep an eye out for your name on the pre-departure.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Tell us about your brother, severe autism. What's your brother's first name? Do you mind sharing?
Jamie. No, his name is Jamie. Jamie and Jessica. We used to have a family boat named Jesse James. Pretty cute.
Yes, that's beautiful. And tell us about growing up with a severely autistic brother. Tell me what it was like just for you personally.
There's so many moments that it just makes me laugh. There's moments where when we go to the mall, it's like we ride escalators when we go to the mall because that's all Jamie loves to do. He doesn't care about the stores. He doesn't care, and I'll never forget there was one time at church Jamie literally, took a bath in the holy water. We're like, oh my gosh, there's so many moments of it's so much fun. He's absolutely, his smile can light up a room. It's just, he's such a wonderful person, so pure, and just, I absolutely adore him. And then there's moments that are more challenging, and there's moments where you will get stares when you're at, shopping at the grocery store, or, people have made comments in the past, and that can be hard because it's, I do see Jamie for Jamie, and I love him, for my brother, and that's who he is first and foremost, before any disability, before anything. But I do feel like he has just been such a blessing because, being completely nonverbal, he's still taught me so much. And I think that's such an incredible gift. And I think anyone who's met him would agree with me that his outlook on life and just, the way he can wake up every day with a smile and the challenges he faces, I think that there's something to be said for that.
Yeah. Has it brought your family closer in some ways?
In some ways, yes. Unfortunately, my family ended up my parents got divorced, and that's very common. I think it's 75% of families who have a child with a disability end up in divorce. And it just does put a lot of stress on a marriage. But it is it's been my mom, brother, and I growing up, and we are kind of just, three peas in a pod. We're on a very routine schedule. I mean, I remember coming home from school as a little girl, and it was like dinner was at 5 o'clock, and getting ready for bed was 8 o'clock, and my mom and I would sit and play checkers every night, or we would read together, and, Jamie and I he can ride a bike. It took him like months to learn to ride a bike, but he loves to go on bike rides, and he loves to go to McDonald's, so we always take him to McDonald's almost on a daily basis.
Oh,
he's
really?
So skinny. I don't know how he eats all those fries and stays so skinny. But,
when you're speaking to groups about autism and your experience with your brother, what is the message that you try to bring to other families that have a sibling with autism as well?
I love to share my family story because I do believe we are a story of hope. And I do think that, yes, there's been challenges along the way. And, yes, there's been moments where it's frustrating and it does affect the entire family. That's a huge thing to know. But I think, my family absolutely loves having Jamie. And we've really embraced it. And it's just so my mom's life still revolves a lot around my brother and his schedule and his needs, but she never, it's just like she's more than happy to do that. And I think that's such an important thing, to make sure that child has their needs met, and to, find a way it works for the whole family, and that where everyone can still be involved. And I think it can be challenging. So my message is that to embrace and to love that member of your family, and to realize that over time you will see it as the biggest gift that you will have ever been.
Jessica, I have a friend with a daughter with Down syndrome, and who will always live with mom. And I walked in one time, and I knocked on the door, and I said, "Is your mom here?" And so she was very, very polite, said, "Mr. David, I will go see." She came back and said yes, and I looked at her and I saw the smile of an angel, Jessica. I saw in this girl's face the smile of an angel, and I said to her, and her name is Megan, and I said, "Megan, I have to tell you, you are angelic. You remind me of an angel. Your smile is so beautiful." And she looked at me and she said, "Mr. David, that's because I am one."
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's so sweet. No, it is so true. I do feel like people, like my brother and who do have Down syndrome, who do have any disability, I think there's so much they give, and it's like, yet they take so little relatively to what they give to the world. It's just unbelievable. Like, my brother's needs are so minimal comparative to the joy he gives to those around him.
Right. Jessica Billings, Miss Pennsylvania USA 2013, has been my guest, talking about her experiences, her desire to have her own reality show, as you heard her state right here on David Essel Live.
Oh, boy. I'll be getting the calls from the producers.
Absolutely, Jessica. You never know what you're going to get into on this program. I mean, she's already, and for all the producers in L.A. listening right now and in New York, she's already prepared herself by allowing, while her eyebrows were being waxed, to be filmed. Now, that tells me that's someone who wants it. That's not someone who's fooling around anymore. That's someone who absolutely is calling for it. You know what I'm saying, Jessica?
Yeah. Well, they could just, get that footage right from the eyebrow place.
That's right. If you want more information on Jessica, go to BillingsJessica.com. That's BillingsJessica.com. Jessica, this was an absolute joy. I'm so glad that you had the time today to share your story and your work as a Miss USA. And I look forward to connecting with you again very soon, and maybe seeing you in the air.
Oh, well, it was my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. Bye, Jessica.
Bye-bye.